I'm going to do something just a little different for today's episode. I'm a full-time traveler, and I'm going to address some of the questions I get asked all the time on this episode of Out of the Box. Welcome back to Out of the Box, the series where unconventional thinking leads to extraordinary living. I'm your host, Elizabeth Miner. I am the CEO and founder of Thrive This Day, and I'm also what's referred to as a digital nomad. And so let's just start right there. So, what the heck is a digital nomad? I get this kind of look all the time. I either get the, oh, well, that's cool, or I get the, what's a digital nomad? So, to get us all on the same page, a digital nomad is someone who does not have a home. I am also what I call intentionally homeless. I have reduced my belongings to a carry-on suitcase and a backpack. So I live around the world in rented spaces, co-living spaces, Airbnbs, hotels, families' homes, visit with friends, any number of locations you can find me at. I do not have a permanent address these days, and that has been my choice. But I am also a full-time business owner, and that's where the digital part comes in. I conduct my business fully online. I am an international business coach, and I'm an author. Now I do public speaking events, and I do some in-person coaching and community groups. But I can do the bulk of my work online. So that's the digital piece. So I have the digital and the nomad, and I built my business around the idea that I did not want to be in a brick and mortar or in a one location space. I didn't quite know what a digital nomad was at the time. I didn't even know what I was going towards. To be perfectly honest, I just knew that what I wanted to do, I didn't want to be confined to one location. So as my business evolved, my ideas evolved, and as my desires became more and more clear, I was able to move my business to kind of shift and shape with what my wishes and desires were. So that's how it all came about. That's how I came to be a digital nomad. So what that means is I'm a full-time traveler. And the first question I get all the time when people figure out that space is, oh, well, how many countries have you been to? And here's the thing, I don't count countries. And I don't count countries for a number of reasons. One of which is, if you are somebody who knows anything about the US, and somebody from a foreign country to the US said, oh, I've been to the US. And you say, oh, really? Where have you been? And they say, New York City. I've done the US. Anybody who knows about the US knows that New York City is not the US. New York City is New York City. But it would be the same thing to say, I've done the US, I've been to LA, because we all know LA is not the US. So for me to tell you that I've been to any number of countries and I've done the country, it would be a complete lie. I have been to or lived in, even if it's been for a year or more, I've lived in a number of countries, but I can tell you I have not done them. I haven't experienced portions of a country, but there's always more to experience. And so, for that reason, I don't count countries. Now, one of the things I love is I am what I consider a slow traveler. And what I love about going to different countries and traveling at a slow pace, which means I'm not here for 2 days and off to the next spot, or I'm not here for a week or a month even. I am usually there for a month or longer. Generally 3 to 6 months I'm in a location. Now some places I've stayed a year, some places almost 2 years I've stayed. But I'm generally 3 to 6 months is where I am visiting a location. And so what that does is it gives me a chance to kind of get into the rhythm of a particular location. So I'm not just traveling all over the country, I'm picking a spot in a country and I'm settling in and I'm meeting the restaurateurs that are in the area that I'm frequenting because I'm there for a long period of time. I am meeting business owners that live there and are conducting business in that country. I'm making friends with people who are looking to potentially start a business and actually ending up helping them plan out their ideas and their businesses wherever I might land. And so I am getting a chance to know the people, the culture, and I am getting an opportunity to fall in love with these places through the stories they share with me. So that leads me to the next question I get. What is your favorite location? And I always answer that with the next one. Now, it's not meant to frustrate anybody or be a flip answer. The thing is that I fall in love with every location I've ever been to, even if it's a location that has made me uncomfortable. But I fall in love with these locations through the stories that people generously share with me about their country, about their culture, about what they have in their country, what they have developed, and the love of their country. When people are generous enough to share the country through their own eyes, through their experiences, through the challenges, and through the celebrations, and when they are willing to share that, you just can't help but fall in love with it through their eyes. So every location has something about it that I have fallen in love with and that I will never forget and I will always cherish. So I can't pick a favorite. They're all different. And I'm always looking at the next location, even if it's in my home country, because anyone will tell you that if you talk to a New Yorker about what they love about their city, it's going to be a whole lot different about what the person in Savannah, Georgia tells me about why they love their city. So even in my home country, when I land in a new space, I'm always looking to the people about learning the experience about what it is like to be in their location and to live in the experience that people have in their section of the country, in their particular city. So I'm always looking to find out with curiosity what makes this location so special. So that's the other reason why I just can't tell you what's my favorite. And that's why I don't count countries, because I can't count countries. I can only count experiences. I can only tell you about the people, about the spaces I've been to, the things that people have shared with me that makes their town, their little space in the world so unique and so beautiful. And this does lead me to the last question I'm going to address in this episode, and that is, because I travel as a female and because I am a solo female traveler, get the question, is it safe blank? Fill in the blank. Doesn't matter where I'm going, somebody's going to ask me, ooh, was it safe there? Did you feel safe? And here's the thing, I could give you the flip answer I can give some people, but I'm not going to do that here. And frankly, I'm not going to do that for people anymore. The fact is that there are opportunists that will take advantage of people no matter where you go. It's a sad but true fact. Whether you're in your home country or whether you're traveling to someplace exotic, there are people that will take advantage of unsuspecting people. That's just a fact. So, am I safe? Yeah, but my safety is up to me. I always, no matter where I am, make sure that I am aware, I am alert, and I am paying attention to what is going on around me. I am doing everything that's in my power to keep myself as safe as possible. I am making plans. I am listening to people when they say this is not a great section of town to be in after dark, or, this is probably not the best location to be in, or, you should probably go with some friends if you're going to go here. Totally fine. I welcome that information, and I will always do whatever I need to do to keep myself safe. It does nobody any good for me to put myself in harm's way. It doesn't do the location any good if I get hurt, and it doesn't give anybody else any benefits either. And it's no good for me. So it serves me well. Now, I have gone to some extra measures to be safe. I have learned empowerment self-defense. It is something I teach, and it's something I teach specifically for travelers. So that's that next level step that I have actually gone to. But honestly, some of the things that everybody can do, whether you are a male or a female, whether you are traveling as a couple, in a group, or as an individual, is stay alert, stay attentive, do some studying and learn what is the areas that are good to be in, what are the areas that might be more dangerous, what can you do in that location to keep yourself as safe as possible, and always have some sort of a plan about who knows where you are and how you'll check in on a regular basis and those types of things. Always do everything you can, because ultimately your safety is up to you. So that is what I have for you for this edition. It's a little bit of a different type of episode I have for you, but it is definitely dedicated to your extraordinary living. So I hope that you found something in this a little interesting. Maybe it spurred some interest for you. Maybe it spurred some other questions. So if there's something you'd like to know about being a digital nomad, or about travel, or even being a solo traveler or a female traveler, or about empowerment self-defense, anything that I've mentioned that is of interest to you, pop a little comment below and let me know what your question is. I answer all comments myself, so I'm happy to share with you anything that I can answer further. And if I get enough questions about other things about this type of information, I'd be more than happy to do another episode. But until then, that's what I have for you today. And keep going after that extraordinary life that you so deserve. Until next week, I'll be back then with another episode of Out of the Box. Ciao.